What's up, guys? It's me, Draco Mays. If you're watching this, you already know why we're here. If you read the title at least. Top 10 Black Movies. Today, I am joined by my fellow TikTok creators. And by fellow TikTok creators, I mean my fellow TikTok creators. So go around, introduce yourselves, tag yourselves. Starting off with Craig.
My name is Craig. And TikTok name Craig Jr. 97. I've been told by many I am the king of hot takes, but I is specifically hand that title to a friend of ours named Real Takes, a lot more savage than I am.
I thought you were going to say
I,
somebody else.
I know who Real Takes is. Yeah,
But now we have Guy in the Chair. Who is this guy in the chair?
I'm Max. Well, I'm guy in the chair. My TikTok name's in the whatever this is description, whatever. Guy in the chair presents. Look, I'm just happy to be here. I ain't gonna catch you. I was very touched when Draco reached out to me. Just made me feel good that other people appreciate the stuff that I do, and I appreciate what these guys do. And I need to make sure I follow Craig and Kevin after this anyway. But regardless, I appreciate you for letting me be here, dog. That's it.
No problem, bro. Let's hope we can do some stuff in the future.
Right.
But then lastly, Kevin.
What's up, y'all? Kevin at the Real for Real podcast. Yeah, man, I'm on TikTok as well. And Draco was like, "Hey, man, we're gonna do top 10 Black films of all time." And I was like, "Hey, man, I'm game. So let's do it." I don't have a specific ranking, but I got 10 I can recommend to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it.
That's all that matters. But if y'all don't know, I was also featured on Kevin's podcast, the Real for Real podcast. I'll link that in the description. And I also have my own podcast called The Filmtastic 4. But I broke away and decided to do my own thing, on my Bobby Brown stuff today.
Damn, that was
So,
quick. Oh yeah.
what was quick?
I thought you was about to say broke away permanently. I'm like, damn,
Oh,
what?
no.
I'm like, ain't this the podcast, bro? What?
Nah, this is
right.
going to be on my YouTube channel. The stuff with the
You
Filmtastic
thought
4.
it was a limited episode special, just one episode to be done.
That's why you see my logo in the corner. We on the Draco
Man.
Mays YouTube channel just for today. But
That boy said this ain't gonna be all inclusive today. Damn, we just kicked the group out. No.
hey, we all still here. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. We just had to, we are a minority in real life and on TikTok, so we had to, we got to show, we got to represent for Black History Month.
I feel you.
So we gonna jump right into it. Top 10, well, our personal top 10 Black movies, and by Black cinema, if it's majority Black cast, if it's a Black classic, it counts. We don't need no ignorance in the comments of what's a Black movie. Is there such thing as a white movie? If it's a Black, you just don't get it.
If you going into description,
if you're questioning it, you just don't get it.
Hey, Draco, before you start, man, we should probably dissect what Black cinema is to begin with. So before we recorded, we were talking about if a white director directed something that's a Black cast, is that considered Black cinema, right? So Django, for example, anything else, yes, it's considered Black cinema, basically, if it's a Black cast or if there's Black producers, anything like that. But, some people don't really know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that
that's
is
something
true.
to explore.
I definitely learned myself last year a lot of Black classics aren't made by Black people necessarily, which is like, dang.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we shall get into our list because I think I have some that don't have Black directors.
Yeah.
I don't want to make this too long, so let's just jump right into it. My number 10 spot. Take a wild guess. Came out in the 90s. It involves drug dealing.
New Jack City.
How did you know? Oh my God. Well, that's crazy. Oh, you don't like Dead Presidents?
I don't like Dead Presidents whatsoever, bro. Because that's because that movie scarred me because I love Chris Tucker so much, and to see him strung out like that,
those eyes,
I was very scarred. Like Chris Tucker for me was Rush Hour. That's Detective Carter. That's not whoever bro was in Dead Presidents. Chris Tucker, no, that movie absolutely not.
Bro, he caught the Agent Orange and was addicted to heroin, bro. That was crazy. Yeah.
Man.
Hey, I need to rewatch that. I haven't seen it since I was like 13.
I watched that movie when I was like 8.
That's funny you said that. That's actually one of my favorites all time.
It is?
Yeah,
Polar
straight up.
opposites.
I got respect for it. I mean, I definitely respect it. I'm not the type of person to bash on anybody's list or anything like that. Like I said, the only
Yeah.
movie we are going to be in disagreement about is if anybody had 12 years of slave. That's absolutely not needed on anybody's list. We're good. We're good.
Flawless film. Oh my god.
Yeah. I accidentally say 13 Years a Slave all the time. I don't know why.
It doesn't. He
Doesn't
was.
matter.
That's the prequel. That's the year before the movie started. That would have been the year before that movie started.
I'm not gonna lie. My number 10 spot, I might want to change that because I have a documentary in my top 10, and while it does count as black cinema, I don't know. Should I keep it in the list?
It's your list, Brody. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, do it. What's up? What's the documentary?
I'm curious though. A documentary. I'm curious about that one.
Well, I'm going to take it after this time. My number 10 spot will be Creed. I will put Creed.
That's in mine too. I mean, it's not number 10, but that's on my list.
That's a bang right there. But the documentary I have, I'll give that an honorable mention. It's called Horror Noir, A History of Black Horror. It's a very good documentary, and it goes through not just even horror, like just black people in movies in general, going from what roles they used to play, just being the butler or just a slave character, to the growth of us in cinema in general. But of course, horror is the emphasis, and they have Jordan Peele and a bunch of people on there. The director of Tales in the Hood, Demon Knight, Keith David's in it. There's a whole bunch of people. Y'all should check it out.
Who? Keith David, legend. Okay.
I'll just exclude it from the list for now, but give that an honorable mention. Number 10 spot will be Creed, though. I don't need to explain myself. It's Creed. It's Creed.
I agree with that one for sure.
I like that.
Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan. Not only did they do their thing, they did their thing.
And it also captures the city of Philly. Like the Philly plays a setting, like plays a character in that movie too.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
This might be unpopular, but I think Creed is the best out of the franchise. I think it's better than Rocky.
Honestly,
I'm not mad at it. I haven't seen the first Rocky, but I ain't mad at it.
Because I do enjoy like the Creed franchise a lot more than the Rocky movies. Creed has had very strong, continuous storylines throughout all three movies, but the first one really did something that nobody expected, and that was to breathe life into a franchise a lot of people thought was already like so built up, especially after like the sixth Rocky, which actually was surprisingly good.
That's Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, the Rocky Balboa movie where I don't know the guy's name, but he plays like the main character in This Is Us. He plays Rocky's son. Yeah, he's
I'm not gonna lie, man. I love the Rocky movies. Especially number 5 is weird, but
number 5 is number. See now, number 5 is no. That's
yeah.
I really don't acknowledge number 5.
Yeah.
Once I saw
that man started street fighting outside. I was like, all right,
this is not Rocky. Street Fighter. This is not Rocky, but okay.
All right, but hey, that's my number 10. Next up, Craig. I forgot it's inverted.
All right, so we're going around and doing it. That makes sense.
This was difficult. I kept changing. I changed it about maybe 2-3 times, but this one is the most recent film. It came out last year. The Blackening.
Yes, I have that at number 14. Number 14 for me.
Nice.
That film is straight up hilarious. I love how meta it is. To see how far we come from being the first ones murdered in horror films, and even though this isn't a straight horror film, it does have some horror elements in it. And one of my favorite scenes is when they were about to jump the guy because he said he voted for Trump twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was funny.
The scene I never forget that one is the way he pronounces Hyundai. That it kills me every time.
And it always irritates me how we shoot guns in movies sideways like this,
yes,
and then he turned it around.
Yes, that was funny.
That was funny. It's funny that we found it funny, but nobody else did. That's the funny thing. I was like, it was made for us. You know what I'm saying?
On TikTok, somebody just made a video yesterday. Do y'all know Marion?
Yeah.
That's my girl.
She just made a video talking about. I'm like, because I promise you, when it came out, they were like, 1 star. 2 stars, half star for me. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I loved it.
That
Yeah.
movie was funny. I had a good time.
It's
You know what's
fire.
crazy? More it's crazy because I found more white people were actually laughing at American Fiction than they did
Yeah.
the Blackening. But
People
the people who were laughing at American Fiction was the people that
they were
the
making
movie
fun
was.
of.
Right.
That was
They
the
were
movie
making
that,
fun of it. And then to see it got nominated for Best Picture is kind of ironic in a way. Because
yes,
it's
Right.
literally critiquing y'all.
it's like
You know what's funny about American Fiction? I liked it a lot.
I
It was
did
more
too.
serious than I thought it would be. But I also thought it was kind of light going into that than I thought it would be. Like I kind of thought it would have like Bamboozled vibes. I don't know if y'all have seen that before.
I need to
Mhm.
see that
Bamboozled is very heavy-handed, obviously, but
with the
this one was
black
kind of
face.
this was pretty light though. So when you see Bamboozled, you'll be able to compare and contrast.
Definitely. That's on my
Because it's
list.
pretty
Like,
heavy. Yeah.
it's on my priority list.
fact.
Yeah.
The only thing stopping me from watching it sooner is it's 2.5 hours.
Oh,
It'll
and
go by
before
fast though.
we move on to our guy in the chair, the blackening. When it comes to people saying that the blackening was it funny, 2 stars, and all that type of crap, white people are not in. When it comes to comedy, y'all cannot dictate what is corny and or not. Y'all actually think Friends is the best show ever.
You know what's crazy? I don't think Friends is the best show ever, but I do love me some Friends, dog. It took me to the age of like 15 or 16 to actually start laughing at that show,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it got funny at some
I
point.
was gonna say a good example of that is like when you look at comedies that other people hold is like Animal House and Blues Brothers when they put
Yeah,
them as the greatest comedies of
Right.
all time, and I'm like, can we update that please? Because it's
No, for
not
real.
really.
please, please.
How do y'all feel about Office Space?
I do like
Office
Office
Space is
Space a
funny.
lot.
Office
I
Space
like
is funny
Office
for
Space.
sure.
It's one of the
I
good
like
ones.
Office Space,
They get the
especially when they play
password.
that when they
If you
play
would have
Ghetto
asked me,
Boys.
but if you would have asked me to put a list together of my top favorite, like top 20 comedy movies, Office Space wouldn't even be.
I don't think it
They-
would make it. Yeah,
They
That
hold
would
at
be
the
difficult.
high regard.
Yeah, like comedy
It's
movies.
cool.
I have.
It's cool.
it's because it's Mike Judge, right? Is that Mike Judge?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anything Mike Judge does, people just eat it up. So yeah.
All right, so my number 10 is next.
Yeah.
All right, so I actually feel like I was kind of out of the box with this one. My number 10 is This Christmas.
Okay.
It's
That's a
just
classic.
that's like a family reunion movie for everybody. Like anytime you watch that movie, you feel like you're a part of the family. You feel like it's Christmas time. Like no matter what time you're watching that movie, like we just have so much fun. For whatever reason, it feels like, well, I think that's maybe one of 2 movies that Chris Brown actually survived. So hats off to that.
Chris Brown got some screen
One
time.
of
Hold
the
up.
2.
Yeah, and then on top of that, for whatever reason, every time Chris Brown sings in that movie, it's like we're discovering that for the first time. It's like we didn't know he could sing, and now he's showing it off in the movie. There's so many iconic parts of that movie, man. When it look Columbus Short bringing the white girl home, everybody like he don't want to meet nobody. I mean, come on, yo, it's like this Christmas just got too many gems, too many stacked cast members. That's one of my favorites for sure.
I need to revisit that. I haven't seen it since like elementary school days.
I watched this Christmas. It doesn't even have to be Christmas time, bro. I literally watch that movie like whenever I just am probably editing videos, like whenever I can. I watch this Christmas because it's like a comfort movie for me.
Yeah, I agree. That's legit.
I feel that way about any type of holiday movie though. Year round for me. I don't care.
Facts.
If it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie. I think I put this Christmas like top 5 Christmas
That's
movies
tough.
all time for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Because that's the Christmas movie for us.
Us.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
All right, Kev, it's up to you.
So for me, I would go with number 10. I would go with The Best Man, 1999.
Okay.
I love that, man. I love that rom-com, man. In the era of the 90s, like with the rom-coms, I don't feel like we had enough, but we had a good amount with like that, Brown Sugar. We got the romance with Love and Basketball, which I think is good. But in my top 10 black films all time that I'm looking at, the reason why I have that one in there specifically is because everybody in the film is doing well for themselves. You see black excellence, you see black success, but you see the conflict as well, right? Harper writing this book. He's a successful author, but he's run into a slump and trying to come up with something and write something successful, but ends up retelling his, relationship with those girls. So I like that, man. Just like saying black excellence on screen. I like Malcolm D. Lee as a director too, because he did Undercover Brother, which I think is a solid satire.
That's a very
on my
underrated
list.
movie.
Yeah, man. He did Roll Bounce too, which I think is really good. Welcome to Roscoe.
He's
Jenkins is
like-
pretty good.
I forgot to put that on here.
What, Roll Bounce?
Roll Bounce is 1000% in my top 10. That
Yeah,
was
I love Roll Bounce. I
Roll
love Roll
Bounce is
Bounce.
a culture setter for me, but I'll get to that. I know where to put that on my list. But
Oh man,
I was
definitely
gonna
expand
ask,
on that one. Yeah.
Kev, what do you think? Now, this is only my opinion. I think I enjoy Best Man Holiday more than the first Best Man, but I imagine you're probably just the Best Man is your favorite one.
No, so I think the Best Man Holiday, I've probably seen it. So I feel like I've seen it probably a few more times just because it's more entertaining, more going on. But I think the original Best Man's what set the tone and what got it started.
Right.
And it's a little bit more grounded in some of the things that happens. And it just feels good, man. I just like that black excellence, bro. And everybody's just good in it. But in the Best Man is successful because we're able to get a series 2 years later that everybody's still.
I was going to ask about that.
This series.
No, the show was really good.
The series was good, man.
I did not
I
want to
gotta
give
check
it
it
a shot.
out.
It was on Peacock.
Hey, people sleep on Peacock, man. Peacock got some hidden gems.
I heard about the Ted series. I'll check it out at some point, but I haven't heard much else of it than that, other than Ted.
Yeah,
people said Twisted Metal was actually pretty good.
Oh,
Twisted Metal was dope.
What's that joint? Poker Face? Oh, Twisted Metal and Anthony Mackie, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Twisted Metal was good, man.
Okay.
But yeah, like Malcolm D. Lee, man, he also directed Girls Trip, I think.
He did.
How do y'all feel about Girls Trip?
I haven't seen it yet.
You never seen Girls Trip? Oh,
I thought it was funny.
I remember working at the movie theater when Girls Trip came out. Yo, so many black women sororities, so many organizations. Like the theater was sold out ridiculously. Yo. Like our theater that I worked at was more so deemed like the black theater, or the black people went, and Girls Trip was packed. Like every showing was ridiculous,
as it should.
And yo, the movie is hysterical. Like it's not like just funny, bro. That movie is absolutely hilarious. That's one of that's Tiffany Haddish's best movie to date, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
I have it on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet though, but I'll take my time out to watch that.
Crack that open, man. It's entertaining all the way through, man.
You have absolute queens. You have Regina Hall, Jada Pinkett, who I ain't gonna address her real life situation.
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah's in it,
Bro, like then you got Lorenz Tate, Neo makes an appearance.
Oh wow,
man, it's a damn good movie, bro.
It's good, man. It's good.
Damn good movie. And Luke Cage is in it too. I think Mike Colton.
He is.
Oh, wow.
He is in it. Yep. He's in it. Yep. Yeah, Malcolm D. Lee's solid, man. He's solid. He's got some good work, man. I think he's legit.
I'll have to get in tune with it.
So number 9, I would probably go with Coming to America.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Number 9, I'm going to Coming to America, man. I just felt like that was, once again, black excellence on screen. Eddie Murphy in his prime. I was so hurt when Coming to America sequel came out. Coming to America, stupid ass title.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of enjoyed it though.
Oh,
I did like that movie. I thought it was
hated it.
Yeah,
I absolutely hated it. I hated everything about it, bro.
Hey, I don't
couldn't
blame
stand it, bro. I couldn't deal with it, dog. Like, because like Coming to America was so special for me growing up, and it was like you could just tell like there was.
That's like you froze.
Soul Glow. Where was he at? He wasn't in the sequel. No.
Oh, your stuff had froze. We didn't even hear
froze?
Yeah.
No way.
Sequel. What happened to Soul Glow? What happened to Nobody?
I was kind of expecting Soul Glow to be in it, but hey, maybe they said they don't want to rehash too much.
They brought everybody back except for him, but no, yeah.
I was gonna say with the difference in comedy between the second Coming to America and the first one is really like the second one is more so like social media humor, like a lot of just a lot of memes and stuff like that. Like that's basing himself off of for real. But the first one, of course, has Eddie Murphy, which
And
to this date, I would
he
say
looked tired, man.
He said he looked tired.
He was tired. He was tired. He looked
Hey.
tired, and I'm like, come on, man. You don't want to be here. Everybody getting a check from Amazon. Come on, man.
And that's why he rolled out of bed with 3 hours of sleep.
Facts.
Easy. Easy money.
There's something about coming to America too, man, because it's like the original coming to America. I mean, like it's also like kind of that black royalty too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
It's a
embracing our
boondoggle.
African roots, because everybody loves coming to America. Everybody, no matter what you look
That's
like.
true.
So it's
That is
crazy.
true.
Very few
And
films can do that, you know. So
that is true. And isn't that made by John Landis? Or am I tripping?
yep, it is. Yeah,
American Werewolf in London
It is.
director went on
John
to make
Landis
Coming
is-
to America.
pretty wild.
All right. So my number 9 is kind of it's not necessarily a silly choice, but I'm getting all my like silly options out of the way before I get into the serious stuff. Number 9, I got Stomp the Yard because that's just like
You
as a
know,
kid watching Stomp the Yard for me personally, man, that was one of the greatest dance movies I've ever seen. Like white people had Step Up, and I love the Step Up movies, but we finally got Stomp the Yard, and that like that opening scene, bro. I mean, yes, like Chris Brown dying like really fooled us all, but you know the rest of that movie was something very special. It was like you got to see brotherhood in a way that you know really wasn't represented in movies a lot, with like fraternities and things like that. The importance of Black history and going to a HBCU of all places, like watching that into a movie was very like just culturally very moving in a sense. And then beyond that, just ever since I saw Stomp the Yard, probably look for the up to like my most recent years, I'm always catching myself going theaters, we rep theaters, we rep like,
Bucklehead.
that joint is Stomp the Yard is one of them ones for me for sure. Plus I had a crazy obsession with a lot of dance movies as a kid, so Stomp the Yard is up there for me for sure.
so I haven't seen the movie yet.
You ever seen Stomp the Yard?
Not
You gotta
yet.
check You gotta check that
It's
out.
definitely on my priority list. But what I was going to say is, how do you feel about You Got Served?
I was gonna say You Got Served is one of those too. It's not in my top 10, but You Got Served
Yeah.
is one of those very everybody knows the reference Do It for Little Saint. When I was a kid, I literally went outside in the rain a couple of times as a kid and made sure I did it for Little Saint. I swear, I had to make sure I did it for him. As a kid, I had to make sure I did that.
That's funny.
Anytime it rained, we had to go outside and make sure we did it for Little Saint. I say that movie is a little more goofy though, because
I can relate to Stomp the Yard though, for real.
I was gonna say the big guy that they owe money to.
If heaven was a mile
and
away,
You Got Served. He always takes me out of the movie. He always takes me out. I don't like that. That's when I get lost. I'm like, who is this guy? What are we doing with this? Nah, the opening sequence is crazy.
The opening sequence is generational, actually.
Opening sequence is fire for sure.
I asked y'all about iconic Black movie scenes, and I was going to add that on my list. In all honesty,
Well, you know what? Actually, to Kevin's point of putting the best man, one of my top 3 Black moments was going to be when Morris Chestnut is sitting at the they're getting married and he's having flashbacks, or he's having like images of his wife getting fucked, because Black people love messy stuff, and that is the definition of messy. Like that is like everybody got something from that scene. Ain't nobody ever gonna forget that joint. Like that's one of the messiest scenes in Black cinema history for me. Like that's got to be top 3 for me of all time.
I'd have to call the wedding off, bro. Sorry.
A lot of niggas got mad watching that. Like, like ain't no way my boy, your best man standing right behind you, and you getting images of him doing your wife. Absolutely. Like that, the biggest controversy ever. So yeah, that was what's going to be one of mine.
Number 9, another recent one of mine, which I just finally watched maybe about a few days ago, and I just did a review on it. American Fiction.
yes.
Top 10?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I like the movie a lot. It's in my top 10 too, but we gonna get to it when I get to it,
Because when this first came out, like Jeffrey Wright is kind of like in the I put him in the Samuel Jackson actors, and like Samuel Jackson, Mahershala Ali, where no matter like he's known as a supporting actor, and
Yeah.
he whatever film he's in, he always elevates the cast
Yeah.
no matter what role he's in. But this is my first time seeing Jeffrey Wright in a leading role, and I want to see him in more leading roles because a he has the acting chops, and
Yeah.
the stuff I the racial stereotypes in this film were just done so it was just so funny.
Yeah.
Like when the white guy was like the white guy offered Jeffrey Wright's character a ton of money for the book because when he heard the police sirens, he thought, "Oh shit!" Like he got excited about a black dude running away from police sirens.
Yeah. That's like,
It-
and also I've seen somebody on Letterboxd say this movie was bad, it was terrible, it was weak. They were black though, and they were saying they don't understand the ending.
You know what I was just
And
gonna say? I
what?
was literally gonna say that I have to see that movie again because the ending for me was kind of not um it wasn't necessarily one to where like I was completely satisfied with what I just watched. I gave the movie a 4 out of 5 stars. Like I stand by that rating. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I was so happy to see Sterling K. Brown got a nomination for that role because he was the biggest standout to me in the film. But
Mhm.
yeah, the ending for me was it was one where I told myself, all right, I probably got to revisit this again just because I didn't necessarily I didn't feel just satisfied with that. Like I have to go watch it again for that ending.
to be
But I
honest, I thought I was the only one too because my rating was the same as yours, and I feel the same exact way about the ending. Like the like when he gave him that ending of him getting shot at the end and the white producer or whatever was like, "Oh my god, I love it. It's
yeah.
genius." Before he even said anything, I already knew that was going to be his reaction because
Mhm.
white people love and profit off of black trauma.
Facts.
And doesn't the movie end right after that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he literally gets in his
Yeah.
brother's car and they just drive off the lot. And there was
Yep.
I think there was like I think it was either like a black waiter or somebody getting ready to go do something stereotypical. I'm not, but yeah, basically the
Yeah,
movie.
you're right.
I think it just wanted to end with a laugh or something. Because
No, personally, sitting here actually like thinking about the ending after Craig just mentioned that, I think it was kind of a more so like I think we all really expected that movie to have like a lesson learned type ending, but it's just like they're never really gonna get it. Like
they're not.
Right.
that's just the world we live in. They're never really necessarily gonna get it. It's like when Jeffrey Wright confronted Issa Rae in that movie. I'm sorry, Kevin, have you seen it? You saw American Fiction, right? I just didn't want to get into crazy details.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So when he was talking to Issa Rae and he
Thing
found out
that-
or she found out that he was the author of what was it fuck or whatever whatever he called it.
yeah.
And he was the author of that. Like they kind of just sat there and she was explaining like why she does her process the way she does and why he was doing this, but she's like, yeah, these people never really gonna get what we come from. Like I think that's really what the ending was kind of alluding to.
That's kind of what I
And
got from it too.
the
Mhm.
that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie is his conversation with Issa
Mm-hmm.
because either way like how I got from it is that both of them were writing the book for the same reason and they didn't stick with their gut, and both of them sold out just to sell millions of books. And I always think of the saying, go where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated.
Yep.
And they didn't listen to that saying at all because to them it was more about selling millions of copies of books. And when it comes to s- racial stereotypes or black trauma or white savior tropes, white people eat that up.
All the
So
time.
I think
I
that's a
don't know how.
movie. I think that's a movie where I think you should definitely watch it multiple times just because that's a movie where you can get a lot of different messages out of it for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I think especially when before Tracy Ellis Ross's character does what she does, which y'all know. I just don't want to get into spoilers for everybody who's watching. But
I'm glad you didn't say it.
yeah, whatever happens to Tracy Ellis, yeah, when Tracy Ellis Ross's character is in the movie, I think that's another part that stands out. It's a big part to pay attention to, just for mainly Jeffrey Wright's character development and what kind of sends him down that spiral in a sense. I don't necessarily want to call it a spiral, but it's more so like just something in life he's going through.
Yeah. Number 9, New Jack City. I had to move my list around just a little bit, but New Jack City is definitely one of them ones. Am I my brother's keeper? Come on now, Nino Brown. What's his name?
Baby.
Exactly. It's iconic lines, iconic scenes. The story is storying, and also the message they're trying to give off. There's Nino Brown in every city, but what are we as a community of people going to do to not have that be a thing? Because like having a drug empire, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
kind of wild. Don't give in.
I was gonna say I've actually never seen New Jack City, but that's only due to the fact that for me, when I was a kid, like a lot of black movies kind of scarred me. Like for example, Set It Off. Well, okay, it started with Baby Boy. Baby Boy was the first time I ever seen somebody get shot, and I was like maybe like 3 or 4, and my dad thought it was like really funny for me to watch, like Snoop Dogg evil ass face like shoot Jody like that, and I'm thinking I couldn't even watch like the rest of that scene. I was in complete tears. And then Set It Off. When I tell you, I probably stopped watching black movies for a while after Set It Off because I didn't. When Queen Latifah went out like that, I said, you know what?
She went out gangster, man.
Y'all, I was like, hold on. I was like, no. I was like, hold on, absolutely not. That was the most like, yeah, she did go out like a G. I will say that she went out like a G, but there was at least like 20 to 27 guns on her with like
literally.
Heart, yo, like come on, like all them, like that joint was hard. Like something
that was worse. Her or Alonzo.
Who? Her or who?
Her or Alonzo and Training Day. Who went out worse?
Oh,
no, I think
she definitely her.
Queen Latifah
is Lonzo deserved it more than Queen Latifah did. In all honesty,
Lonzo. It's crazy because like they was robbing banks and stuff like that, but we were empathizing with them for good reasons.
Yeah, you want to see them get it out the mud.
Yeah, we want to see them. We want to see them, get out. And they was going through all them problems in the beginning. But like, Lonzo Harris was just a dickhead from the beginning. But that's Denzel, so we loved him for what he was. But man, movies like that's kind of the reason why I just kind of like pumped the brakes on a lot of black movies, just because. One thing I did find that's a common theme in black narratives or black movies is that they tell real stories, and they don't necessarily try to like sugarcoat a lot of stuff. And like just as a kid, seeing a lot of stuff like that just kind of is very scarring. It's just like you see, like I said, Dead Presidents. That was another one. Watching Chris Tucker like that I was just like, I don't.
This ain't like you, Chris.
I'm saying, I'm like, bro.
I hope you're not a Chris Rock fan watching New Jack City.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Rock's in New Jack City?
That's like his second role or something like that.
Let me guess. He played a crackhead.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, Craig, you haven't seen it?
That wasn't
hard,
man.
No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard. But my dad has told me about it. The only thing I've seen clips of it too, but isn't what's the name Ice-T in that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't ever want to. Yeah, Ice-T, I'm beating you so hard, it's making my dick hard. I'm good.
Hey.
I'm good.
I did not like being reminded of that line. Other than that, because I definitely made a face when I rewatched
it. That's
90s
talk, man. That's 90s talk.
Yeah.
That's 90s talk. Well, it's crazy because I never saw, I didn't even watch Menace to Society till I was like 21.
I don't want to watch that either.
No, Menace to Society.
I didn't want to watch it either. But what made me feel a lot better is I saw Don't Be a Menace before I watched Menace to Society, so I know where that movie came from, and I watched it in a whole other point of view.
Yeah,
but Don't Be a Menace kind of made that movie better for me. But yeah,
I'll say Menace to Society was the film that like the Hughes brothers basically saw Boys in the Hood and was like, we like what John Singleton is doing, but we kind of feel like it's a little watered down, so we're gonna kick it another perspective. So that's why it's a lot grittier. than you know
Boys in the Hood and stuff.
Boys in the Hood. Because Boys in the Hood, some people will say feels like an after school special, which I disagree, but because of like preaching about gentrification, all these other things. But Boys a Menace to Society is just straight in your face, taking out the lady at the corner store, like just starting off just crazy. So yeah.
And the thing
it's
is,
a classic, it's a banger.
Some people took the themes that the movie was trying to give you, and then they were what the movie was, but in a bad way. Like, oh, he's shooting people at the liquor store or stomping people out. Let me go ahead and do that. Like, they're telling you not to do this, not to be in the hood.
Yeah.
But my number 7. Wait, 8? 8?
Yeah.
Yes, my number 8. I'm gonna go with They Clone Tyrone. Banger right there.
That's a great movie.
Dang.
That's a great movie.
All right. I like the recentness going on. Okay. All right. Fresh.
My top 5 are all pretty, But yeah, They Clone Tyrone is definitely a straight up banger. And I'm so surprised, like, people on Film Talk were even giving it a lot of praise. I thought it would have been a little iffy for them, but they ended up liking it.
Well, that movie is genius.
Craig was up there getting into it with people on that one.
Yeah. Because this freaking
Craig was up there getting
this freaking pile of mayo.
Boys, he's up there replying to comments, going back.
This freaking pile of this jar of mayonnaise comes in my review of They Clone Tyrone, talking about I saw his review on Letterboxd, and just the review gave me.
Damn, I wanted to know what it gave him.
That is what it gave him.
It gave him a headache, is what it gave
him. Yeah. I was when I saw his review, I felt like Professor X and X-Men with the cerebral. And he clearly didn't get it. So when I tried to explain it to him, he still said he didn't get it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm blocking your ass.
Yeah. I remember when I first watched They Clone Tyrone, I was on shrooms and I didn't even watch a trailer or anything for that joint, and I was going crazy.
He was like whoa.
Got into the movie. What happened?
No, he said you got blown away.
Oh, understatement, bro. Like, the deeper I got it, I really enjoyed the fact that I did not watch a trailer for that movie at all. And
definitely, I wish I didn't.
I didn't watch a trailer for that movie at all. And like once John Boyega's character died in the beginning and like a replacement showed up, I thought I was tripping. I was like, did this movie rewind on me without me doing something? But it just kept going, and then it just got better and better. And like that was one of the biggest surprises of last year for sure, easily.
That's definitely a movie that you need to go in blind. I kind of don't like that the movie shows its hands so early on. I feel like they could have gotten away more with not telling us what was happening, but I feel like at the same time they had to explain like the deeper meanings of things. Like, they eating the chicken, they behind everything.
But the message of that movie, like hit deep, bro. Like the fact that they're setting like stereotypes in these places all around the globe just to keep black areas the way they I was like, this movie is like preaching and it's doing so many different things at once. Like the movie was crazy. That was
also talking about how we run our neighborhoods too, how we have to do better. You know what I'm saying? Definitely hitting on that. There was also some influence of Undercover Brother with that too. So this one,
Sister Girl.
Chicken, and the other one was Undercover Brother was with mayonnaise or something. So some but they had chicken in that too with the Colonel chicken. It's pretty funny, man. There's some similarities in that.
Now I'm thinking what Undercover Brother did. He have like mayo. No, he had hot sauce in his watch to like get him to snap out of it.
Yeah. I love that, man.
I think about Undercover Brother. I'd just be so sad. I mean, I don't know if Eddie Griffin had a fall off, but I just, didn't really see much of him after Undercover Brother and then Norbit. I think that's the last one.
Maybe
His him as a comedian is kind of controversial because he jokes a lot about religion, and black people are very religious, which
Yeah.
also hits on. I don't know if y'all have seen. Sorry, this is getting off topic, but have y'all seen Book of Clarence?
yes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I
Really
did
That
too.
enjoyed
movie,
it, and
I
I just want to.
really enjoy Book of Clarence,
I
man.
thought
That
it was
fight
a
was
great
really good.
film. I think that the marketing was bad.
Yes.
The marketing was bad because it portrays it like it's going to be a mockery of Jesus, and which
Yep.
it doesn't. It's not that. It's not a blasphemous film.
If
So a lot
anything,
of
it's a
people
retelling.
exactly. So
Right.
you have two problems with it. Black people don't play about Jesus, so when you make something look like that's what it's going to be about, not going to see it.
Yeah,
And then
it
you
turns
have
a lot,
white
it
people
turns
that
a
are
lot of
looking at
people
it.
off.
White people looking at it like black people in biblical times. Nah, I'm not
Ew.
interested. See what I'm saying? So it kind of just like it doesn't. It's messed up both ways. It's not going to make money. The movie flopped. Like
Crazy.
Sad to say.
Yeah.
It's crazy that
it,
Benedict Cumberbatch did Book of Clarence and 12 Years a Slave. That's really
it
crazy.
Hold
yeah,
That's
on.
really crazy.
yeah,
What
yeah,
don't?
yeah,
What does he know that we don't?
I'm saying that dude,
yeah.
yo,
I
I don't
also
But
know.
think that they shouldn't have kept him as a secret either. We should have had him on the trailer for getting
This
that push.
he genuinely surprised me. That was a very genuine surprise.
He
Like,
did,
I
he
actually
did. But
enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed that surprise.
yeah.
That would
I
have helped
enjoyed
the
the surprise too. I enjoyed it, but I hate
That
the
would have
fact that
helped
the
for
movie
marketing
made no
purposes.
money.
Oh
The
yeah, if they
movie
showed him,
made no
it might have.
money.
People might be, oh, it's Doctor Strange. Let me go see the movie.
Yeah.
So the Bullets, James Samuel should have had this go straight to Netflix, basically,
It would have
like
been
he
a
did
hit.
with The Harder They Fall, because The Harder They Fall was a hit. This one to
So
me is a hit too, but it just nobody wanted to go see it.
I still need to watch
So.
The Harder They Fall, but The Harder They Fall
Classic
should have been
Western.
in theaters. So you're saying The Harder They Fall should have been in theaters, and this should have been on Netflix?
No, I think that it's definitely it has a cinematic feel to it. The Harder They Fall, but I think it was smart doing it in the Netflix way because nobody knew who he was as a director.
That's true.
So
That's
I
true.
think that's the way to go. And then it's a black Western at that.
I was
So I
gonna
That's
say,
think
yeah,
true.
it's just
westerns aren't really like a popular
yeah.
genre at all. Like
That's what
nobody
I'm
really
saying. Yeah,
does.
Especially
yeah,
add some color in it.
yeah. I think
nobody
it's
really does westerns unless it has
yeah,
some sort of futuristic or some sort of other aspect to it.
That's true. That's true. That's
exactly.
I'm lightning with the blam blams.
true.
Yeah, bro. There's some lines in that one too.
All right, Craig, you up with number 8?
Mm-hmm.
My number 8 is going to the 90s.
Okay.
Classic Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I don't necessarily know if the next two films weren't exactly needed.
They weren't. But
They aren't terrible, but they do not live up at the same way that the first Friday does. The first Friday has so many memorable quotes and so many just the ensemble cast itself. Even if someone had 3 minutes, you still remember them.
as you see, Bye Felicia became a whole trend off that one.
I will say though, for next Friday, I remember being young when that was coming out, and I remember like everybody like, oh man, who's this guy Mike Epps? Man, this isn't gonna work. And it ended up
they were
being a
saying
hit.
that back then.
Nah,
Yeah, because Mike Epps wasn't really nobody knew him like that. You know what I'm
It's
saying? I
crazy
mean, you
to
knew
hear
him from
that.
like Def Comedy Jam, but you didn't know him from like this is not Smokey, right? So it was like,
yeah.
and then when it came out, it was like, oh shit, this works.
I was gonna say, I'm not
It
gonna
was-
lie.
it was
Next
dope.
Friday was kind of. I felt like Next Friday was kind of iconic in its own sense because you had Day Day as Mike Epps, and then you had I don't know like his neighbors' names, but of course you had the Mexican neighbors and talking about no more.
Oh,
blood,
Baby
blood."
Joker and
Baby
Joker.
Joker and all them. Like you
Yeah.
had, and then you had what was her name? That Day Day was running from Big D or whatever. her
Yeah,
name
yeah,
Baby
was.
D.
yeah, Baby
Yeah,
D.
Baby
Yeah,
D.
that was.
You had-
Come on,
you
dog.
had
We
a
got
lot-
introduced to
you
Michael
had,
Blackson, bro. Whoop,
yes, Michael Blackson,
Yeah.
Pinky, and you had
Pinky.
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 Yes,
come on,
Pinky
bro. Yeah,
is
that movie
iconic.
was-
Pinky's
Pinky-
iconic too.
Pinky was
Next
hilarious.
Friday
I
was
love when they when he first ran into Craig and he held him up with a gun. He asking him all these
about crying.
questions like, bro, do you want me to answer the questions or
So yeah,
shut up?
what a-
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
but I have an unpopular opinion
Crazy.
though.
What's that?
I like Friday After Next the best out of the whole trilogy.
Out of the
You
whole
want to talk about
trilogy,
Craig? You talk about hot takes. I don't know. I think Draco got you on the hot takes.
that's the steaming one. God damn.
Come
Really?
on, Friday After. Well, I'm gonna be real. I watched the whole entire trilogy backwards my whole life. I saw Friday After Next first. Later
Yeah.
on in life, I saw Next Friday. Then, when I was like in 5th grade, I actually saw the first Friday in full. But even when I just rewatched the series last year, Friday After Next, that's my movie. I grew up on it. The
I feel
nostalgia,
like an old ass man, bro. Golly.
I'm only 20. I'm about to be 21 soon, man. You ain't that old. You
I
ain't
mean,
that
I'm
old.
34,
Yo,
so
for
shit.
me, Friday was kind of that movie where when I got in middle school, a lot of my friends was like quoting that movie, and we all like, oh, like what? Like we thought it was their jokes, and we were dying at it. But then we found
Nah,
out it
they
was
thieves.
Friday, and we're like, and then like it just became like a whole thing around the school. Like everybody had to watch Friday, so I watched the first one, and then next Friday, and then Friday after next, I probably watched like a few years later after that. But yeah, Friday and next Friday were always those two very iconic moments of my childhood because that's really when like black comedy kind of started standing out.
Mm-hmm.
I got a
Yeah.
hot take for you, though. I got a hot take for you.
What?
Don't Be a Menace is funnier than Friday.
Ooh.
Don't Be a Menace is funny. You know
Like
what's crazy? I'm
laugh
not
out
mad at it.
loud, dying,
I'm not mad at
like
that.
laughed out loud. I think Friday's a better movie. Obviously, it's more iconic. But if you're talking about if you're looking for something to laugh the entire time and just not stop,
Don't Be a Menace
Don't Be a
is
Menace.
there's a lot of quotable lines in that one.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, homie. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, homeboy. That joint is
Yeah.
so funny. That joint
From
is really
beginning to
funny.
end, bro.
You got
One of my-
Hurry Up and Buy. You got all that, yo.
It's,
And then
it's
you got
I
iconic.
Bernie
think-
Mac. You got Bernie Mac's joint in there where he plays the racist cop. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
I hate black pepper. I hate that black
I
ass.
hate my gums because they black.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
love the scene when they were in jail. When he was in jail and he was making bacon, he was like, "Swine, my brother." It was like you,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be eating swine.
Yeah.
Don't Be a Menace is
I ain't
hilarious.
li- I'm rewatching that this month. I haven't seen it in a while. Probably like my sophomore year of high school. In all honesty,
Rewatch that bad boy, bro.
Definitely.
All right, so it's me. And then
Yeah.
for number 8. All right, so number 8, I got another movie that was a pivotal part of my childhood. It was Roll Bounce.
Okay. Okay.
Roll Bounce was the movie where that literally taught it. Like around here, I know everybody got a different word for it. Something like in the old. I don't know how old you are, Kev, but this is not a shot to you. But just I know people used to call it playing the dozens or something like that when people used to go on each other or whatever. But
Oh, yeah.
joning, that's what we call it in the DMV area. We call it joning. Joning literally started from Roll Bounce for me, like clowning on your friends, making fun of people.
Yeah.
All of that started with Roll Bounce. Like Roll Bounce was one of those movies where you truly felt like you were watching like your group of friends, man, just being able to hang out in the summertime, do whatever they do to enjoy themselves. And that just so happened to be skating. And then you had
Yeah.
so many iconic as far as black actors. You had so many iconic people in that film. You had Bow Wow, Megan Good. You had Nick Cannon, who for the life of us, we thought, I don't know if y'all thought it, but up until a certain point, I thought he played Sweetness and
I did. I did too.
I thought it was the same dude forever. You had Journey Smollett. You had my boy from Coach Carter who played Timo Cruz. Like you had Naps. You had light skin Mike. You had Brandon T. Jackson. Like you had a lot of.
That brother's a Hebrew Israelite now, huh? Yeah,
Yo.
I think he done quit the industry because he was wearing a dress. He just quit everything, huh? He quit. I'm like, man, you ain't got to quit because you was in Big Mama's house. I hope you know you ain't got to quit the industry.
No, for real.
Yeah. Right. And Brandon T. Jackson was the man too, especially in Tropic
Yeah,
Thunder.
I was like, he was on fire.
Booty
Like, why you
sweat.
gonna quit?
Booty sweat, yo, like I'm Al Pacino, like that's the dude right there. But no, yeah, Roll Bounce was one of those movies in my childhood where like that literally started a whole just kind of cultured shift, like as far as making like joning on people and just clowning your friends and stuff like that. And then that introduced me to a lot of old school music too, Hollywood swinging,
yeah,
Lovely Day. It was a lot. Then you had I want to know your name. Oh my God. And you had Mike Epps and Charlie Murphy as the trash can guys. Like, yo, you had Chi McBride as
Got shit in his pants.
Bow Wow's, that boy got shit in his pants. Like, yo, like that. Yeah, Roll Bounce for me is one of them very
I need to
iconic
rewatch that.
For sure.
Yeah, you definitely got to rewatch that, bro.
I've seen it in a while.
Hey, shout out to Bow Wow in movies though, man. Like Mike and fucking what else was he? Lottery Ticket.
I just watched Lottery Ticket on a few days ago.
Yes,
underrated in my opinion.
Lottery Ticket was one of those iconic moments too. Everybody loved Lottery Ticket.
I saw it in theaters when I was like 7, so I'm like 7 or 8.
I didn't watch the movie in theaters, yo. I wish I did.
I remember my friend's mom covered me and my friends' eyes when it wasn't even necessarily a sex scene, but they was getting a little freaky.
Exactly the scene. I know exactly.
She over here, she put the whole arm.
Notori Naughton was in that joint too.
She was,
yeah. She
she was.
I know her more. I mean, her more popular role for me is Power, but she's also in Notorious. She played
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim, right?
Notorious used to be okay until Anthony Mackie messed that bad boy up. Anthony Mackie was on my shit list for years. What's up, motherfucker? It's Tupac. I said, oh man, dog. Man, dog.
Thanks for that memory.
Yeah, it's crazy because bro did really.
This is Captain America now, bro. Oh man.
I was gonna say it's crazy because bro really did a good job as Biggie, and then you have Anthony Mackie in that movie talking about Tupac.
Hey, Anthony Mackie started off rough. Yeah, have y'all seen Crossover?
That's
that
my
was
movie.
Kind of cool though. That was cool because of a girl though. Honestly,
I ain't gonna lie, yo. Crossover was my shit with Wayne Brady. Crossover was my shit, bro. That I watched that movie.
I did watch that.
I played basketball growing up though, so like we had Crossover was a movie you had to watch. Like you had to watch that,
bro. Yeah.
Tech versus Jules. I'll never forget that, yo. That was that was the movie that made me realize that wasn't Nick Cannon in Roll Bounce. Because I'm like, well, this is not Nick Cannon. I was
Nah. Nick Cannon got his weight up.
Yeah,
so number 8 for me, man, I'm gonna go with a 1972 film called The Buck and the Preacher. So
did you make a video about this recently?
Not on this one. No, not on this one.
This sounds very familiar.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, y'all definitely add this to the list, man, because it's Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte. So
I know who did this.
Who did this one?
Not did it, but like posted it. Marion,
posted
I believe.
Oh, okay.
Or no.
Yeah, watch this
movie.
Megan's World. Okay. Yeah, watch this movie, man, because it's iconic because you have two legends. I mean, Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier, and it's Sidney Poitier's directorial debut, so that's iconic in itself. But it's set in the 1860s in the Kansas territory after the Civil War, and so Buck was this soldier, and he's leading this wagon train of black people from Louisiana, and then they end up, running into a group of white men that were plantation owners in Louisiana, get into some stuff with them, but then he ends up meeting this reverend who's really a con. Like, he ain't really a reverend, but it's Harry Belafonte, and it's iconic, bro. Like, it's, if you're talking about Western movies, bro, like it's up there. It's high. But just and the reason why I have it there, like I'm gonna recommend it as a top 10, is because it's groundbreaking for Western and just for black people in general. Like, Western movies, we were always seeing Clint Eastwood, all these other guys, and there just really wasn't us in it. So to be able to see Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte kind of catapult black characters into a Western that was widestream that everybody could see was crazy. And the fact that he directed it. So I felt like that was a good direction for black people. So it's big, monumental.
Generational.
Yeah, that's mine.
You got
for sure. But that's mine, though. So for number 7, I'm going to go with golly. I guess I'll go with Shaft,
Okay.
Yep.
1971.
Okay.
The, the
Okay.
the OG
Which
Shaft, the
one?
OG
Oh, it's not
Shaft,
Sam Jackson
man.
Shaft. It's
Okay.
the OG.
No, yeah, the OG, man. This was
OG.
this was big
Oh,
because I mean it was a black hero at the end of the day. Hadn't been on screen, and this was also starting off the black exploitation era. So the very first film was badass, badass, sweet, badass, or whatever.
yeah.
So
That was the
that was
first.
the very first film, but then we got this one, and this one like really took it to a whole nother direction. So that was big, man. Richard Roundtree was a legend. Then we ended. This one did so well that we ended up getting Shaft's big score, Shaft in Africa. So
Shaft in Africa.
yeah, bro, like it was crazy. So yeah, I'm going with Shaft. If y'all never seen Shaft, go see that or check
It's
it
on
out.
my
I've only,
list. Definitely
I was
is.
gonna say, I've only seen the Sam Jackson ones.
I heard
Even
the
the
2019 one was terrible.
Way better than Sam Jackson's. Like
the 2019 one I thought was hilarious. I really had a
yeah,
good time with that movie, but
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
I ain't
funny
really.
movie.
You know
I was
how
gonna say
people
like
are.
I was gonna say with movies like that, I kind of just walk in with my brain kind of like turned off, where I'm just like I just want to sit back and enjoy something. Like I
Yeah.
don't really gotta take it too seriously. But my number 7 is a movie I really hope people have seen. Like you guys, just because I'm talking to you guys, I really hope you guys have seen this one because this is for me one of the most underrated movies just of all time. Just as far as like I feel like nobody's not only seen this movie, it's just not talked about enough, but it's dope. Dope in 2015 with
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely,
yes, yes,
absolutely,
yes.
yeah.
I
Dope,
just got. Why was it in my hand right? I just got the Blu-ray coming. It should be coming tomorrow or something like that.
bro.
I'm excited to rewatch it. That
That
was my movie in middle school.
bro, I was in high school when I worked at the movie theater and I watched that movie. I remember sitting in that I was in the movie theater by myself. I literally watched that movie before my shift at work, and
Yeah.
it literally spoke volumes to our generation. Like that movie is
Yes.
very pivotally important, has a very pivotally important message for all black kids around the entire world, bro. It was Shamik
Yeah.
Moore. That was the first time ever seeing Shamik Moore. Then you had Kiersey Clemens, you had ASAP Rocky, Lakeith Stanfield, you had Chanel Iman, you
Zoe
had Zoe
Kravitz.
Kravitz, Forrest Whitaker was the narrator of that joint. Like that, like Dope was one of the like it was a very funny movie, but at the same time it was a movie with a message that was just so powerful and
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
just like will resonate with you
It
for a
did
very
well too critically.
yes.
It did well. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I feel
That
like nobody ever talks about that movie. I never see anybody talk about Dope as much as they should because
Shout out to people who think that's the prequel for The Wood.
the prequel. People said that's the prequel.
that
Yeah, I talked about The Wood recently, and people were talking about that. So yeah,
That's
I
if
was like,
anything,
oh,
that's the
okay,
sequel. That's the sequel more than anything. But
nah, yeah, but
yeah,
Dope
because
is
Stacy is grown in that
yeah.
movie.
I
yeah,
was gonna say Dope is
yeah.
my number 7 movie just because that's one of the most underrated black movies of all time.
Definitely. And like that, the very ending of the movie when he's reading his essay to go into college, that wait, stuck
Literally,
with me.
it speaks volumes,
That
bro.
boy, he
It's
done
about
been
it's
through a
about
lot.
your environment and like what you're capable of, like and how like it really shouldn't matter where you're coming from or
Yeah.
bro. It speaks major volumes, bro. Especially like I said, I was in high school at the time. I was literally like applying for colleges around that time anyway, and that was like watching that was just amazing.
Yeah.
I look forward to rewatching that. I hope it reaches up in my top 10. Last time I watched it, I gave it an 8 out of 10, but hey, it could be a 5 out of 5 next time. I don't know.
What you got, Craig?
For my number 7 is we were talking about westerns. The Harder They Fall.
Harder They Fall.
Okay.
I gotta watch that movie now because y'all. Yeah,
I do too.
watch it.
Absolutely love the film, and it's funny on MLK Day. There was a picture I saw on Instagram of MLK and Coretta Scott like marching with a gang of black people behind them. They photoshopped MLK and put Jonathan Majors.
Oh my.
Yo, anytime somebody says the name Coretta, I only think of Jonathan Majors now, and that's a damn shame.
That's funny.
Which
That's a
I
damn
know, huh?
shame, but that's literally
Which-
all I ever think about now when somebody says the name
Yeah.
Coretta.
honestly, I thought that was hilarious. Phenomenal actor, but he got cut off way too way too quick, and I don't know if he's gonna
Yes.
be able to recover. And if he does, it's gonna take a long time to get back in the good gracious of
Yes.
of a lot of people.
People dropped him too easy, which I understand because domestic violence is nothing to joke about. But
Mm.
the pinky
But
finger,
I will
Yeah,
say
right.
I will say I do think it was hilarious that he played a boxer and he can't outrun a white woman. That was funny.
Boy,
Um,
boy.
but
Yeah, he was looking kind of slow on his feet.
Bro, that's not supposed to be as funny as it was. Oh my god.
but a lot of people were kind of upset that they didn't use a dark skinned woman for Stagecoach Mary, because Stagecoach Mary is a little more,
She's
heavy
dark
set.
and
She was a
bigger.
heavy
Yeah.
set, dark skinned black woman.
Hmm.
And Hollywood has a history with colorism.
yeah,
And I love Zoe. I mean not Zoe.
Zazzy Beats.
Yeah,
Zazie Beats. Yeah.
Zazie, incredible actress. But
It's
I
fine.
do. I kind of see both sides of it. But
Yeah,
this cast is phenomenal. The soundtrack freaking slaps. I love the intro to this too. The guns go bang.
Yeah. That's James Samuel, the director.
yeah,
He composed the
musician.
soundtrack. Yeah,
He's a
he's a
musician
musician.
and all that.
Yeah.
Even in Book of Clarence, he did the music for that.
Yeah, he
The
did. Yeah.
music in the Book of Clarence is great. Sorry to get
That
off track.
soundtrack is
That
fire,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
Fire.
fire.
I hope James Samuels has a very successful career because he has a lot of talent.
That dude, yeah, that joint is fire, bro.
Black people, get your asses up and go see our movies, man.
Yeah,
I
even if it's
need
$5
James
Tuesday, get
Samuel
out.
and John Baptiste to collab on something because those boys are
Oh
fire.
yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
you own to
Yeah.
something with that one.
Nah, John
Yeah.
Baptiste. I literally just got hip to John Baptiste after the I want to say it's the Emmys or whatever that had the joint that had the really really bad host. I'm pretty sure it was the
Yeah.
Emmys.
Yep,
But
Yeah.
I got
Joe
hip.
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah,
And the harder
John
they
Baptiste actually
fall,
has a Netflix documentary right now. It's good.
I
I
saw
need,
that.
I need to watch it.
Yeah.
the harder they fall. I love that film so much that I wrote a black western film because of that film.
Mhm.
Nice.
Hmm.
All
Spoke
right.
volumes. But my number 7, we've already discussed this. American Fiction.
American
It was a
Fiction.
There we
banger.
go.
It's my
Yeah.
number 10 movie of 2023. It's like I watched it a few weeks ago. I'm like, yep, this is in my top 10. This was a great experience.
Hmm.
I went into it not knowing it was a satirical comedy because the trailer, I don't know, the trailer didn't give that to me unless just seen the one on TikTok. I don't think I've seen like a full trailer. I just seen them little conversations with his sister and then oh, she's not white and neither are
Hmm.
you. And I'm like, it's pretty funny. But when I went in and saw it was a satirical comedy, I'm like, this is what I needed. This is what I
Yeah.
prayed for. But then I didn't also know it was going to be a family drama as well. And I see some people complain saying this movie doesn't know what it wants to be, comedic or family drama. But I like that it does both because his family life plays into the satirical comedy because that's what
Yeah,
drives the narrative.
his family drama. That's why I say people got to go watch that and see Tracy Ellis Ross's character's part again because that all of that ties into, especially with the
Yeah.
stuff that he's dealing with his mom. All of that
Yeah.
ties into what the story is like.
Yeah. But if you ain't
Yeah.
seen it, we ain't gonna get into that. But just know it's one of them ones, and I hope it is a black classic for the future. Same with They Clone Tyrone. Got to be a black classic.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I feel like we don't talk about modern black classics enough, mainly because we are in it, which is understandable. But these some generational movies they making right now.
Yeah.
I think that film should be in when it comes to like like school curriculum and black films being taught in school. That film, like I put that film on my letterbox when it comes to. I made a list and the list was like black films that should be taught in school or black films, like something along those lines, and that should be taught in school.
I definitely agree. It's one of them
Yeah.
ones. But my number 6, I'm taking to the early 2000s, 2002 to be specific, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I'm right. Paid in Full.
You went real black.
Yes. Thinking of a master plan, paid in full.
There you go.
Fully, yeah.
I did not expect to like it as much as I did when I watched it last year, but I'm like, man, this is like, it just like, I just love the game, man. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I watched a lot of black classes when I was in 8th grade. I went on a whole trip. Like, I was living in Indiana for all the middle school. So I'm like, I got to connect back with my roots, y'all. I got to get with it. But I'm glad I can appreciate stuff like this now, even though I know Paid in Full isn't necessarily the most well-made movie. Because for a movie that came out in 2002, it looks terrible. I don't know if that was on purpose, but it looks like it came out when it takes place in the 80s.
Yeah.
But it could have been a creative choice. I don't know.
So many quotables, man. Hey, Ace, pull your skirt down, B. Dudes get shot.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. The funniest Letterboxd review I saw,
man.
Somebody said, "Y'all, there should be a drinking game where you take a shot every time they say B."
You wouldn't even make it past the first 30 minutes. Bro.
You'd be dead.
You wouldn't make it. Yeah,
you'd be knocked out, bro. That's a danger one right there. You'd be knocked out with that.
But no, Cameron, he definitely is underrated actor. I heard he got shot over this role, and that what made him slow down with acting. But
see, that's the other.
He should have stopped with Killer Season though. Killer Season's probably what stopped him. You ever seen that Killer Season?
Nah. Was it bad or something?
Oh, boy, shit. Yes. You ever seen Boosie and Webby Hood? What's it called? Ghetto Stories? It's like that.
No.
Wait, is this when he spits on the little girl? Like he just ran to her and just yeah.
And also shows like the Drug Mule Girls where they actually shitting out the bricks. Like I'm like, come on, bro. Like
that's definitely a career ender right there.
I think that's what ended. They say no more movies for you, B.
Hey, I don't blame.
Number 6 for Craig.
My number six is Ray.
Yes,
that's a cold one. That's a cold one.
I absolutely love Jamie Foxx. He is absolutely phenomenal. He also had Collateral come out earlier that year, and he crushed that role, and he got a double Oscar nomination.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care what anyone says, even that they nominated Jamie for supporting for Collateral, but in my opinion, he's lead. But
yes, because Tom Cruise is not the lead of that movie.
Yeah, but I think they only marketed Tom as the lead because Jamie wasn't like here yet, and they wanted people to go see the film. So I think that's why they did that. But
I'll be real, Jamie was definitely there. They marketed it that way because it's fucking Tom Cruise. That's why.
Yeah, like
guaranteed money lock in.
Black brother
Tom
down.
Cruise. Tom Cruise is the richest actor in Hollywood. He has the biggest contracts.
Right.
He gets paid stupid money.
I was gonna say Tom had Jerry Maguire, Minority Report, Mission
Impossible.
He had like everything at that point. Risky Business. He had everything. So like that was the guy to market on the poster.
But you will always be a supporting actor behind him. Doesn't matter who you
are. Jamie,
unfortunately,
and Ray was the performance that I think really put people on to how like good of an actor this dude is. Like just how
definitely
much of a beast he really could be. I think
Jamie is 101, unmatched, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If we talking about entertainer, like singer, actor, he's unmatched, bro.
No, he does. Yeah, Jamie Foxx does it all. He's really good.
And the best part was that Jamie tried to do a singing career before he started doing films, and it didn't work out the way he wanted it to. And then after Ray, Collateral, and after he won the Oscar, his music started to go
because they got in tune with it, especially Gold Digger,
right?
The impression.
And I fell in love with Ray Charles' music from watching that film. I was way too young to watch that film, but rewatching it, like I play piano and Ray Charles, I'm trying to learn one of his songs and it is so freaking difficult.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna say y'all better not sleep on that Unpredictable album though by Jamie. I know y'all.
Hey.
That was a classic.
I got my song. I got the songs that I fuck with by Jamie.
Unpredictable.
I
That's
got
a
all
classic
the
right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie's crazy talented. As
And
far
then
as
I mind a security stand up, boy. Yeah, he's
And
different.
hell,
He's different.
I think it's hilarious how he could tell a woman is ugly just by touching their arm.
as a child, that was hilarious.
You got spidey senses.
Please, speaking of random funny moments in movies, just a quick sidebar. Nobody has Precious in there on their list, do they?
No.
Okay, good.
Absolutely not.
Okay, good.
Hey, I did a series a long time ago where I had my friends guess my favorite movie. Why did one of my friends guess Precious was my favorite movie?
That's a damn shame. You should. I hope you unfriended that person.
Did you say something about Monique that you love her or something? Or
No,
I never. You say something about the Queens of Comedy? Okay,
I've
know.
never mentioned.
I will never forgive my cousin for making me watch Precious. I said, yo, this movie is not only sad as fuck, but these are like, how can we not laugh at these people? Like,
Yeah.
Like I just feel so bad about it.
I went on a date to go see Precious opening weekend.
Oh wow,
bro. Went on a date to go see it opening weekend, bro. When I tell you the movie theater, bro, I don't know if they passed the vibe checks or not, but everybody was in that thing laughing like, "Oh, Monique, girl, she wrong for that." And I was like, bro, this is not a funny movie, bro.
Messiest theater in America.
I was like, this is not the
but you know, black people. My friends say Django is a funny movie.
Yeah, but black people just don't take stuff seriously. That's why I love it. And
Django's got its comical moments, but it's not like a just laugh out loud.
I think it really got. I think everybody really started laughing more at Django once Sam Jackson got the movie because we were just
and the KKK part when they're struggling with their
easily
like that's
that
like
part
there's
too.
some little funny moments like that. Yeah, but yeah,
for sure.
I will say Sam and Jamie should be ashamed of themselves for like gaslighting Leonardo for not wanting to say the N-word.
I've seen that. I've seen that video. I've seen that interview.
Oh, you don't agree with that?
Oh no, I mean, me personally, when it comes to acting, look,
I think you
got to do what you got to do to get into the character and honestly, I really appreciate that video more for Leo not being comfortable.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's what I took away from it. I'm like, bet Leo.
That's why I think it's one of his strongest performances of his entire career because he was that uncomfortable with it. Between that and The Revenant, that he was that uncomfortable with. Whenever somebody's uncomfortable with doing something and it takes that much for them to do it, that's when you know,
that's when you know they really brought out a good performance for sure.
Yeah.
That's why Killmonger is Michael B. Jordan's best performance because, I mean, not to take away from what he did, but he had to go to therapy after that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
After Killmonger, what?
Yeah.
You never heard that?
I never heard
of that. After saying, "Hey, auntie."
Nah, I mean it's essentially he really went to therapy for basically like the mindset that he had to go in because of basically like Killmonger's mission to like how he was so mad like at his dad like losing his dad really early in his life. And essentially the fact that he was like so mad at this particular group of black people for keeping so much technologically advanced things from everybody else. And his whole mission was to literally set out and like eradicate white people at that point. Like he wanted to kill black people so they could get revenge out in the street. So basically his whole mindset was, I hate anybody who's not black, but at the same time I hate Wakandans because they just are keeping all this stuff to themselves. But I want black people around the world to be able to access these weapons and kill, or at least become feared. And to get into that mindset, I mean, he just had to do what he had to do to get into that sort of mindset. But I understood where he was coming from with that.
Easily one of my favorite villains of Marvel ever. That and Thanos, and you empathize with both of them. You like, I respect it. I feel you.
Oh, Thanos makes Hey, Thanos makes more and more sense every day, bro. Thanos wanting to wipe out half the world. No, that makes more and more sense every day, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The more you get on social media, bro.
No, definitely, yes.
Thanos made a lot of sense, man.
That'll do it.
Thanos made all you had to do it. Literally, remember Age of Ultron? What's his name? Ultron was on the internet for 2 minutes and said, That it makes sense. He was in there for 2 minutes. Said, "Yeah, everybody we must start this over because
Oh man,
it makes sense."
facts.
That's
But
very
no,
true.
I'm so sorry, fellas. I got us off track again. That's my bad.
Hey, we having conversations. We conversing.
All right, so this will be my last quote unquote like silly pick. Everything else will be more so in like the serious, dramatic, more serious movies. But my number 6 is Coach Carter.
Okay.
I grew up playing ball, and so Coach Carter is like the epitome of a basketball movie. And I literally actually speaking of, I literally have the Our Deepest Fear quote tatted on me because of that movie. Like
Dang.
Our Deepest Fear, like I literally got
I didn't know you had I didn't even know you had tattoos.
yeah, I don't really show it much on you're not gonna be able to see it much on the TikTok, but yeah, I'm trying to get this thing in the camera.
That movie really hit you.
No,
that's a great film, man. I love that movie.
I watched Coach Carter is probably a movie I watched maybe like 20 times during the basketball season and maybe like 50 times even afterwards, bro. Like it was just seeing a coach come into an environment where people really didn't expect much of themselves, and he completely just turned around not only their basketball team but their lives, man. And just watching him do his best to try to pull these guys off the street, and as deep of an analysis as I'm getting into this movie, above ground, it's like you got Sam Jackson, you got Robert Richard, his name is Robert something. He played Ernest in All of Us or whatever show that was.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Tatum.
Channing Tatum. I ain't want to bring up Channing first because he's not black, but
yeah.
But yeah, no, Channing Tatum's in the movie. I had a Channing Tatum obsession as a kid, bro. But nah, Coach Carter was one of those movies where like I just wanted to be a part of something like that so badly, man. Like I just wanted to be not only a part of a team like that, but I wanted to have a coach who cared about us like that, man. And honestly, man, it's just like, like even me and my boys to this day, we quote Coach Carter all the time, talking about some open up the gym, let the boys play, all this stuff. Yeah, we love it. Coach Carter.
Love that movie.
I love.
Make sure you watch Sunset Park too, man. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out.
Yes, I've seen Sunset Park as well. I was gonna say, when I was a kid, like my dad showed me a lot of basketball movies. Above the Rim, He Got Game, which I honestly, I regret not putting He Got Game on here, but Coach Carter was just a little more impactful for me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say House Party is my next pick. So
yes.
House Party for me, it just
first one, right? The original.
Oh yeah, the original.
Nah, 2023 version.
It is a 2023 version. That made my top.
Sorry, I guess I should have specified that. I forgot there is a 2023 version. No, the original House Party. Just the cultural significance on style, dancing, fashion, our hairstyles. It still resonates with us today, and I feel like it really impacted the youth at the time in a positive way, man. Everything about the film, there's nothing negative about it. There's no real true negative stereotypes. It's just good vibes, kids having fun. If you grew up anywhere, if you were 6th grade to, 21 years old around that era, you were impacted in a great way. So I think it's one of the best Black films of all time, for sure.
I like that pick a lot. Especially for the cultural significance. That movie,
House Party's in my top 5.
Everybody should know that dance. Like
I know, man.
Regardless if you weren't even in there, everybody should know that dance.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all see Kid and Play did it recently? And he was like, "Hey, I see the play getting old."
That was dope.
So the episode's running a little long. Don't make it too long for y'all. So we will be posting a part 2 later. But thanks for listening. Be on the lookout for part 2, where we go through our top 5 Black movies. We get into the realest of the real in the next episode. So stay on the lookout.